Okay, hi, this is me, Ashish, and yeah, welcome to my channel. So, I'm going to start as we have already finished 110 pages now. Now, I'm going to start with the 108 pages. Now, I'm going to start with the 109 page. I am on the 109 page. Sorry, we are on the 109 page, and hmm. So let me take you to the okay. We have already discussed about the funny side of the brain. So the funny side of the brain, the book has been started. Now I'm going to start with a humorous layout and design. You can see here. Sorry. It's a good thing you want to be funny because it's a heck of a lot easier to stage humor than drama. A funny scene is flat, symmetrical, and obvious. A dramatic scene incorporates angles, foregrounds, and backgrounds, dynamics, and asymmetry. This chapter covers everything you need to know about designing humorous comic strip panels. Note the different approaches to staging comedy and drama on the facing pages. So yeah, do you remember as we have already discussed about the funny side of the funny head construction, funny body construction, and how the people will talk with each other in a funny way. So now in this chapter we're gonna discuss about, as he's saying, we're gonna discuss about the humorous layout and design. So do you remember what is humorous? Humorous is like funny thing. Okay, dramatic. Notice the heavy angles and foreground, or you can say background dynamics in this scene. Funny. This illustrates the same action as in the previous panel, running at the scene in flat and symmetrical. Okay. Drama versus comedy. Dramatic scene have a very different feel and look than comedic ones. Compare the following panels and note the construct, contrasting angles and staging. As you can see here, dramatic, note the strong foreground and background dynamics in this panel. Funny, although there are the same number of characters here as in the preceding panel, the scene is symmetrical, flat, and obvious. Sorry, I have a fever. In the left side, dramatic, this is a heavy angle, and the right side, funny. The humorous version is flat. The clean your hey hello the clean your pet, the more detail you see. This concept sounds so obvious, but it is often overlooked the farther the object is from the reader. The less detail it should have. The reverse is also true. The closer the object is to reader, the more detail it should have. This is keeping with the basic principles of perspective. From a distance, the dog is simplified with only dots for eyes. As the scene becomes more of a close-up, the dog's eyes, eyebrows, fur, and body covers all the becomes pronounced. Yeah, right. In the big picture, in the actual close-up panel, maximum detail is used. Be careful not to overdo it. This is cartooning, not photorealism. Yeah, right. Okay, the next topic is when to go class and when to go wide. Oh sorry, when to go close and when to go wide. It was also my questions. Let's see how it is written here. Filmmakers are not the only ones who think in terms of close-ups and long shots. Comic strips artists must also take these camera angles into consideration. Think of the reader's eye as the camera. For in fact, they will be looking at the strip from the same position as a movie camera would be shooting the scene. There are no hard and fast rules about when to cut to closer and when to pull back to wide out. However the usual most palatable techniques of cutting in and out of the scene is as follow. Hmm. Here is the camera and the camera. Okay, start wide. This helps to stabilize the scenes. The reader sees who and where your characters are and to whom they are talking. Hmm. Move in for a medium shot. The scene has already been set and you can focus more on your character, but tiptoe in. Don't make any huge leaps that are jarring to the eye. Go close. Here is the setup line, the most important panel of the gag. Move in close to the give it weight. Okay, this is. Go wide at the end of the re-stabilize the scene for the punchline. Readers will also want to see the reaction of the other character. Going wide visually punctuates and the end of the gags. Okay, this is what. Okay, here is the next topic, cutting between panels. There are three ways in which cartoonists typically move or out from panel to panel, and all are good. The first requires the most drawing but also allows you to see more of the characters. The second is clearest, and the third is most dynamic. Traditional method. In this example, all the shots are wide. Each panel shows everything. You don't emphasize or de-emphasize any particular panel. With this approach, you need to exaggerate the gesture of the character, otherwise you will have the guys standing there are doing a whole lot of nothing, like two uncles at a wedding. Hmm. Let's see how he's saying. What he's saying. Janet, we have to talk. I agree. You go first. Okay, I think we should see other people. Our relationship is not going anywhere and I feel trapped. Okay, now it's your turn. When are we going to get married? Oh, cutting in and out. The second approaches keeps the stabilizing panels from the first examples. It then cuts in for a medium shot and moves to a close-up before pulling back for a wide shot to re-stabilize the scene at the punchline. Changing angles. The third method uses reverse angles. After the stabilizing panels, the strips cuts to a medium range shot over the shoulders of one character. In the following panel, the angle is reversed, hence the name, and moves in even closer for a light medium range shot over the other character's shoulders. Then the scene is re-stabilized at the punchline. This approaches utilize these camera's angles so dynamically that the character's gestures should be very subtle to avoid confusing the reader. Wide shot stabilize scene. Stay wide, stay wide, stay wide. Same move in for medium shot. Close up. Same. Same medium shot. Favor reaction. Closer reaction. Closer. Reverse angle. Favor setup line. Same. Okay, now crossing the line. Take a deep breath. It gets easier after this. If you start cutting in and out when you are staggering your strips sooner or later, you will make the really stupid mistake that I am going to explain here. Unless you learn these techniques, that is. If you don't learn it, you will regret, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. I have been waiting years to use that line. In every scene, there is a line that divides the circular areas around your characters into two 180-degree acre arcs, parts A and B. To decide where to divide the scene, you draw this line halfway through the circle parallel to the camera. Remember that the camera represents the reader's eyes what the reader is actually seeing after you stabilize the frontal 180-degree arc part A. The camera or eye must never cross the dividing line to shoot in part B. Whenever you whenever you move the camera, even just slightly, you get a whole new 180-degree area in which to work. You can move around the character completely as long as you do it gradually over a series of panels and don't cross the line abruptly on any one cut. Okay. What happens if you do cross the line? You will confuse the heck out of your readers. They won't know where the characters are positioned in relations to one another. To better understand this, let's look at this example of a scene with a horse talking to a chicken. Right? The scene starts with the camera, the reader's eye in position 1. We draw a line parallel to the camera, creating our 180-degree working area. When we move the camera to position 2, it's still on the correct side of the line, but when we move it into position 3, boom, hiss, we have just crossed the line and lost our readers. Okay, here is the position. So basically, uh, this was written it was written right. This shows the camera in position 1 in the first panel and position 2 in the second panel. It looks like a natural cut. The camera has simply been pushed in a little closer over chickens near soldiers. Okay, wrong. This example starts at position in 1 but has the camera cross the dividing line, moving around to the other side of the chicken to get closer shot of the horse from over the chicken's far soldiers. It's a weird view, it's disjointed, and it's going to look weird again when the scene cuts back to the correct side of the dividing line. Okay, that's for the today's guys. See you in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you. Thank you.